Morning, everyone. It is 9:13. Welcome back to CW Iowa Live. Lou here along with Sheree Clark from Fork in the Road. How are you?
I'm fabulous.
I'm even more than fabulous because I got a surprise in the mail, courtesy of you, indirectly through Sheree, by the way, because I got back from vacation and had some mail I did not expect. It's always fun when you get mail and there's a check involved, and I want you guys to take a look at this. You never said anything about getting a check from the Iowa State Fair for your food concoctions. $3, man.
Well, you are a winner.
$3 for creating, I can't remember what we made, but
Don't even call me a cheapskate.
that was a nice surprise, though. That was pretty neat. But again, it was a raw food item that we had to create, and apparently people liked it.
Yeah,
so
yeah, absolutely.
But we love what you do here because you always open our eyes to things that we probably don't have access to.
Well, and I'm going to open your stomach to something today,
That
too.
sounds good.
We're going to be talking about fermented foods. And, you know, I'm all about homemade for the most part. But what I wanted to do today was let viewers know that you don't have to make everything from scratch. So these are all store-bought fermented products.
Okay.
Now, first of all, why would we want to eat fermented food?
Now, fermented food does not that does not necessarily mean that it's cooked, right? It's not.
Right, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's alcoholic, because fermented beverages we know are usually the adult beverages. No, fermented foods are not cooked, they're raw, but we consume them because they're good for us. And, well, they taste good too, but they have a high level of bacteria in them, which makes it sound a little bit kind of like queasy, but it's good bacteria. We need bacteria in our digestive system to create the digestive process. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is consuming really good, digestible, fermented foods.
Okay, what is the most common fermented food that people consume?
It depends on the culture that you're from, and here's the cool thing to know. Every culture, no exceptions, uses fermented foods. So if you are Korean, for example, you would eat kimchi. Or the Germans are known for their sauerkraut. And so it's all different cultures eat different things. But I would say probably in the United States, it would be between probably sauerkraut and pickles.
Okay, pickles, that's considered a fermented item?
Definitely, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. So let's try some things and
we can do that.
Figure out what we're doing today.
Let me take my big check and put it away here.
Yeah, you better watch that. Yeah. Don't leave that.
Don't be taking it. All right, so what do we have?
Let's start with a shooter.
Right.
And I know you're going to like this because this is a fermented beet juice, and I know that you really like ginger as a flavor.
Yes, I do.
So there's a little bit of ginger juice in there. So why don't we do this as a quick...
A toast?
Salute. Yep. You might not want to slam the whole thing. Is that good?
Yeah, let me try to pick out what else is in there, okay?
And that is packaged.
It's kind of salty, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it tastes really salty.
It is salty because that's how fermented food is often made. It's preserved in what we call a brine, and the brine is typically salt and unfiltered or a filtered water.
Okay.
So we have to have the chlorine out. So this is what you've been drinking.
What's it called?
This is called Gut Shot.
Gut Shot.
Gut Shot.
Can you see that? Get a good shot of the Gut Shot.
Gut Shot. You can buy that just like it is in the store. Now, here's the thing to remember. If it's a true fermented food, it's always going to be in the refrigerated section. So this was in the refrigerator, and
it is cold. Yep.
And that's where you're going to keep it when you get it home.
So what's this good for then?
All of these things are good for digestion. If anybody has a digestive issue or let's say a little bit of constipation issues, these are good for that. But don't think that it's
not a laxative.
Not a laxative.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was getting concerned there for a second.
We'll be back after this message, right? No, it's really gentle.
Yeah, I can taste the beets and a little hint of ginger.
And a hint of ginger, and then, like you said, a salty
and
flavor.
It's salty. Yeah. To be honest with you, that's the only part that I wish it wasn't. But it does have a very unique flavor.
And you could dilute that if you wanted, or you could add a little bit of extra just straight juice, so to take away some of that salty flavor.
Okay.
And if you're not prepared for it, sometimes that might be it. If I had said to you, this is a little bit salty, you might have been...
It's the same thing. Okay, there you go.
A little bit ready for it. Okay.
But that's pretty good. But if it's good for your digestion, maybe people have some issues with that too. This could really give them a hand.
Exactly. And you just do a shot a day and it's all good. And I personally think it's good. So,
all right.
Okay, so we've talked about pickles. Let's try a pickle next.
Okay.
So now I make my own pickles. It's really, really easy to do. I buy the small little cucumbers at the farmer's market, and then I put the brine, which is salt, and then some dill and seasonings and so forth. But if you wanted to buy pickles, these are Bubbies. And Bubby's is a brand, and the brand comes in a container, and it comes in a glass jar, also in the refrigerator, as I indicated, and really nice. They're crispy, they're crunchy.
They are crunchy.
They're really good. I really like those. Now, again, because you're aware, there's a little bit of a salty flavor to those.
Yeah, but pickles, you expect that, though.
Yes, right, exactly.
Okay.
And I didn't warn you about the shooter.
That's good, though, but these are really good.
Yes, they are. Now, pickles that you buy in the supermarket on the shelf are not fermented. Well, they're fermented, but they don't have the bacteria is not preserved.
And they have too much salt.
They are
too much sugar.
And they have
too
preservatives and too many things in them. So pickles is 2 thumbs up on my list for
this
fermented
is really
foods.
good.
Yes, those are good. Okay, now we're going to go to this. This is called Veggie Delight, Veggie Zing. And I'm going to let you take a quick look at that and actually open that up and smell it.
Veggie, is it like Vegemite?
No, that's black, and this is very strong. And did you notice when you open that? It
kind of popped.
That's because it is extremely fermented. I had just opened that, and that's the amount of
pressure that built up already?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
Now, is that cabbage I smell?
There's some cabbage in there and some other ingredients. There's obviously some beets in there as well. And that's got a pretty pronounced flavor to it. That's the red. And I'll taste that along with you.
Which one is red? You gotta remember I'm colorblind.
Okay, so it looks like this. It's right on top of the pickles, you bet.
Okay.
And that's really good. Nice tang.
Well, that does have a good zip to it. If you like sour stuff, this is really good.
What I like to do with it, because it is pretty strong to eat on its own, I mix it in a salad, and then salad dressing and so forth, and it gives it a little bit of a lift, a little bit of zing, but it's not quite
I like that sour effect it has.
Yep, you like the tart, tangy
yes,
things. I know you do. Yep. Now, if that's a little too tart or tangy for someone, what we could do is go a little bit more of a traditional sauerkraut, and that would be right next to the one above the chips.
Yep.
Now this one is the brand on this one is Goldmine. There's lots of different brands out there. What I look for is organic or a non-GMO, and I look for it again in the refrigerated section. This one's pretty plain. Actually, a little bit, I would call it almost pedestrian. It's which I don't mean in a bad way. You can get the ones that are flavored with dill or caraway, or
you need some caraway seeds in that. Would really spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, but what I like about that is because it's a little bit plain. If you want to add to it, you can.
But it has good flavor, though. It really does. It's better than the stuff you get in the bag, for example.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's got good crunch.
Yes. Or in a can.
Yeah, the canned things I wouldn't even waste my time with. It's there's no live bacteria left in those. They've been pasteurized, and so the point of that is gone. Okay.
That is really crunchy too.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And then finally we have the other one.
We've got salsa. Now most people don't think of salsa as being a fermented product, but this one, the brand on this is Wild Brine, and I really like it. It's got a little bit of a tang, and it lasts longer than real salsa does. And it's real salsa, but it's fermented.
It's got a little bit of kick.
It does have a kick to it, and I really like that. It'll stay around for a long time. Salsa, it'll go bad in the refrigerator after, maybe a week. This will last for months.
That is really good. All right, now people want to follow along with what you're doing and maybe learn more about these things and fermenting in general.
Yes, and learn how to do it yourself. You would go to fork-road.com, or you could drop me an email at info@fork-road.com.
There you go. Good advice. Thank you so much. Again, if you want to just try these things, again, she's not trying to change your total diet. Just branch out a little bit, experiment a little bit, and see what eating raw is really like.
You bet.
Wonderful. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.